Welcome everyone to the New Moon intention setting around creating our own reality. I'm really excited to host this, and I hope that you all, if you're listening to the replay, can get a whole lot out of it as well. What we're going to do tonight is look at setting an intention for the next month ahead. It's new moon time now, so that's exciting because the moon goes into a phase where we are ripe and ready to plant a seed of intention, and then the moon, as it draws up to the full moon, will start to help us to grow that seed. So tonight we're going to get started in looking at, okay, what's the intention that we're going to move forward with, and to move forward with an intention that is a bit different to goal setting, and it's even a little bit different to how other people set intentions, as far as I have been working along with, I'm losing my track of my words, Lunar Abundance, Ezzy Spencer. If you need to have a look at her website, it's fantastic, and she does do a free calendar that you can print off, and it shows you the different phases of the month. So there's 8 phases in total, and most people might focus just on the new moon and the full moon. But then when you start to look at the phases in between, you start to realize it's yin yang the whole way along for a few days at a time. And so when it's a few days at a time, we can start to see when are the good times to take action and when are the times to have yin and to sit back and retreat, which for most of us women, we are more yang, take action, and don't know when to stop ourselves. So this has been really quite good to trust the moon is there telling me to stop and slow down, and even then it's still hard work, but it's really kept me a bit more focused on my own self and my own balance, to the point where, I mean, as he says, that it literally will pull your menstrual cycle into a good rhythm. It's helped me to start to, trust myself a whole lot more, and it's really helped me to see when I've set an intention every month how it actually does come into form if we start to do it. Most people would go, what? But most people aren't actually taking the time to do it. And so we do go through this a bit more in my New Children Healing Sanctuary, about really needing to pull into balance for ourselves and not do, but actually getting into balance what's important. And what's important is that we're giving the universe something to work with. So we're setting a desire, our dreams, our intentions, like an order, a cosmic order. If it doesn't have something in the cosmic order, in the energetics, and quantum science goes through this with us, if we haven't put anything out there like an order, it's got nothing to work with, and that's why we go round and round doing the same thing. And so what I want for more and more women is to realize they can empower themselves to create their own reality. You don't have to sit there and have anything in your reality that you don't want. You can't control other people in your life, but you can say, hey, I'd like this to be different. And then you can go forth. And that's the witchy magic, that you can change people around you by what you set the intention for yourself and how you'd like your own reality to be. So tonight we're going to go on a bit of a journey of a meditation through that. So you'll start to come to see it a little bit more, which is exciting. Everyone who's come on, feel free just to turn your video off. We're going to go into darkness for the meditation, so at least then you've got your own privacy to do what you like. We're not all distracting each other. I'm just thinking if there's anything else that I need to say before we get started. Oh yeah, and so around empowering ourselves is the opposite, is, and how we've been brought up, is to point fingers of blame at anything that's going wrong in our life, anything that we don't like, different people, our partners, children, our circumstances. And that is the unempowered way, the disempowered way of being, as opposed to, actually, I don't like that, so I'm going to change what's going on inside me so that things will rub off and start to change. And it is amazing what happens, and there is quantum science showing it. So it's not even just witchy magic, it's actually real, and this is how we can go forth if we're willing to do it and willing to trust and go there and play around and be curious with it. So I'm really excited for everyone to set an intention tonight, and the aim is to set it for the next month. But at the time when we go into the meditation, you don't need to worry about thinking about the month or anything like that. We're going to stop thinking about it all, and we're just going to go with the flow. And that's where I would suggest, again, if you would like to go to Lunar Abundance website. I'm not working with Ezzy or anything, but I think it's great. She's already set it up with a free printable calendar, where at the beginning of every month, I literally write it into my diary. So I've already seen ahead of time, oh, that's what, that's the take action time that'll be. And then you start to get clever and start to plan your life around a little bit when you can, to start to go, okay, yeah, that's not going to be the best time for me to take action if it's a, have a rest phase. So yeah, take it however you like. You can do whatever you need to with your intention. This is just a suggestion, and this is how it goes into a bit more detail. And of course, setting an intention is not the only step to manifesting what we want. And we do go through that a fair bit more in the sanctuary as well in working with energetics. But this is a good start. And for some people, they don't even realize what they're doing. They already are doing some of the other steps. So of course, they're manifesting things in. But what I can say is, if you keep setting an intention at the beginning of every month, magic will happen. And we'll talk at the end of the meditation as to what to do with it once you've got your intention. So I'm going to turn my video off as well, so I'm not distracting everyone else, and we will get started. So if you would like to just get yourself comfy, if you're not already, sit down, lie down, whatever you want to do. And I want you to start to relax and just to notice your breath and your breathing. And I want you to breathe in and then out with a big sigh. And breathe in again. And out with a big sigh. And let your shoulders relax. Let everything relax in your body. Release yourself now from people, any stresses, anything that's clouding your mind right now. You can take your thinking helmet off, pop it beside you. And I want you to start to let anything else drift away from you that's not yours. Let it float off you away into the night sky right now, until you start to feel yourself coming back to just you. And I want you to keep breathing in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And keep on going however you would like to, as long as you're starting to relax into your body now and starting to make sure that you're here in the present moment, and keep letting anything else smolder off you, off into the night air that's not yours, anything from your children, your partner, other people around you, your work, anything that's taking your mind away from here and now. And tonight we're going to go on to a magical adventure into the forest, and it's your forest. Imagine however you like, and it's safe, it's a beautiful temperature, you're barefoot. And as you walk in, you can feel it starting to call you in closer and closer. And you feel your base chakra start to spread energy. You see it as red downwards towards their path and down towards the earth, right down. It spreads like roots, and the earth literally shakes with the connection from your base chakra. You feel it. You keep walking, feeling that connection deep, deep, deep into the earth. You next start to feel your sacral chakra start to spread energy from all directions. You feel strong orange energy cast itself further and further outwards into the forest. The forest goes wild with a beautiful sensual creativity. Vines creep and grow as you watch small shoots sprout upwards from the earth. It's alive. You keep walking, feeling the connection with the earth's desire to create. You next start to feel your solar plexus spread energy. Outwards shoots an amazing yellow energy. It surrounds you 360 degrees, and you sense the extra shot of power you have given the forest for kilometers. You sit up to allow yourself to spread this powerful energy even further from your solar plexus as you keep breathing. You keep walking, seeing the majestic power of the forest before you and the life within it. Immediately, your heart chakra casts out an enormous green energy The forest vibrates as your heart energy connects with the pure love energy of the earth. It pulses, and you see your green heart energy enveloping the entire forest you are within, from all directions, from your heart chakra. You keep walking, seeing the forest shimmering and pulsing with love. And then your throat projects the most amazing blue energy. The forest comes alive with its voice. You hear the birds and animals. You hear the whisper of the trees. Your throat energy wraps in and out of the trees and encourages the voice of the forest. You keep walking, seeing the forest alive in freedom to express. Your third eye starts to project a strong indigo beam, like a head torch. You look all around the forest. Wherever you look, you see the wisdom of it, like an X-ray vision. The forest shakes, remembering the memories that are stored in stardust within the trees. You keep walking, feeling this ancient wisdom moving and stirring. Your crown now starts to open up like a large lotus flower blooming. The violet light heads straight up to the night sky like a laser beam. You sit up and realize the night sky is receiving you and you are receiving it. As you keep walking, you project your rainbow vividly. You start to realize wherever you are looking, it is shimmery, an illusion. You remember you are here on your own soul's journey, no one else's. You are creating your reality by your thoughts, beliefs, expectations, and feelings that are happening within you. What's going on inside is literally projecting outwards to what you see. Your soul automatically starts to take stock. It realizes that right now it can recalibrate and envision how its journey here on earth may look. This is your journey. Everyone else are just actors in this adventure. As you look ahead, you see a beautiful tree just in front of you. However you see it is perfect. You make contact with this tree. Maybe you climb inside it. Maybe you wrap your arms around it, or swing from a branch, or just sit at the base. Whilst you are there, you start to dream. Dream wildly. You sit with your rainbow chakra beaming and allow yourself to visualize with images or feelings of how you'd like to see yourself in your life. You might see what you desire. You might see yourself in certain places and activities. This can look very fairy tale and magical. Aim to access your highest, wildest dreams that bring your highest excitement. See these visions flash in front of you like a movie theatre. Keep breathing as you feel what it's like to be there, feeling your highest excitement. However you feel it is just right for you right now. Soon you start to see your reality with your children. How is your relationship with them? How do you see them? Smile and keep dreaming your dreams and desires. Next, it may be your vision with your partner or a partner still to come. How do you see your relationship with them? How are you both together? What are you doing? Allow yourself to access your highest, wildest dreams. Allow it to come streaming in through your crown and feel it through all of your chakras. Now let's anchor it. You can mark these visions down into a special book just by placing your hand on a page and downloading it all there. Envision the book, envision your hand, or maybe there is a beautiful wooden chest and you use your pointer finger to cast your visions into it like a wand. Or maybe an orb appears and you allow your visions to be sucked towards it like a magnet, to exist within it. And now you place this anchor into the tree. You set a firm intention that it will be safe and protected. You know you can return in an instant whenever you like. Just by touching this anchor, you can return to the feeling state of these visions, to reignite them and add to them further. And now you feel guided to walk back out of the forest. The night is dark with the new moon's energy guiding you. You feel empowered knowing you have entangled your highest dreams into the universe, and it is already setting to work to bring you these. The new moon is asking that you take one step now to set an intention for this next lunar cycle, which will in fact carry forth over the next 6 months with the eclipse powers behind it. It reminds you that there will be one feeling state that will be asked to be called in for this month. Take some time as you keep walking through the forest to feel into what that is. What feeling state will you invoke for this month coming? It may be freedom, truth, joy, commitment, love, space, energy, and beyond. And you know that one of these feeling states that you are going to invoke this month will guide you further and further towards your highest dreams. As you approach the edge of the forest, feel free to sit on a log and feel into your intention further. Or else now I invite you to write down your intention. Include any images that come to mind. These are powerful in manifesting your intention. Include any symbols or stick figure drawings to show that feeling. Is there anything else you need to write or draw to capture this? You will come back to review this at the end of the month. All right, so when you're ready, feel free to pop your video back on if you'd like. And feel free to put anything in the chat box if you'd like, anything that came up for you. I'm back. I'll just give you all a few minutes and feel free to turn on your video if you want to. You don't even have to. If you have a word for your intention that you'd like to put in the chat box, feel free. If anything else came up, feeling into your desires, how that was for you. I know many mums that I work with find it really quite a bit of a, I don't want to use the word challenge, but an interesting thing to do to actually access their wildest dreams without having the ego self come in and say, but how, oh no, people wouldn't come on with that, then I'd have to say this, and the whole monkey mind chatter that goes along with it. So please do feel free to keep coming back to this and doing it again and again and again. What else can I access if I was going for my highest, wildest dreams? And sometimes I feel like I can go my highest, and that's it. But then things change and you start to be able to grab around for more. So it's really important that we start to do the big wild dream stuff, but it's also then important to call in an intention for the month ahead. And how it works then, I mean, on a basic level, is that for the next 2 days, so Saturday and Sunday, it's kind of a short new moon phase right now. That's the time to keep coming back to that feeling state. So you want to feel it as though it is done. And that's how quantum physics works, is that only here on Earth we've got time and space, but actually there can be things happening at the same time. So when you put yourself into it is done mode, the universe goes, okay, it is done. So then it starts to shift everything to bring it towards you in time and space. And we have to sit here on Earth waiting for time to go about for it to actually be there. So that's the main thing, is for the next 2 days, whenever you can, with, 5 minutes. If you do more, that's cool. But the main thing is, when you've put that intention out there, even just tonight, you have literally entangled in the energy that you can go, okay, great, I've put an order out there, which is exciting. And then it really is about, a lot of different things in simplifying our life so that we can see what inspired action to take, what are the steps that I need to take. And when we take it at the best times, which is at the first quarter and the full moon, that's when it will have the best effects, when we take action. So if you only have come on since, I am recommending Lunar Abundance, I think it's .com. There's a printable sheet with the moon phases so that you can actually see it. And it does take some practice in remembering to tune in with it. But this is the thing that we're moving towards in this new paradigm, is actually starting to go back to nature and start to dream and start to use quantum physics so that we can get on the magic carpet ride of life instead of doing it all the hard way. And the hard way is setting a goal and then breaking it down into steps and then taking every step towards that goal, because that is telling the universe, I'm going to do it all myself. I expect that I will take every action and do every last thing to get to that goal. And that's not magical. So this is the opposite, in going, all right, I'm going to meet you halfway, universe. I'm going to do my bit with the energetics and visualize it's done, and really feeling, how do you feel when you call that state in? So how do you feel when you get, the love? And sometimes, if that's your intention, we'll go with love. I kind of scan and just do some things. How would it feel if I had more love from myself? How would it feel if I had more love from my children, my husband, everything around me? Like, what about my garden? If it was giving me love, what would it be like? And then, how it would feel to actually be there. And that's what we need to do more of, is to dream and actually go there in a different realm, not just going, this is what I see in my physical world, because that's how we don't manifest. If we're just looking at what's in front of us, that's what we get more of. So we have to leap ahead and start to visualize what's coming. And so then we're actually going, okay, well, I've done my visualizing bit, and I will take the little couple of steps of action that are going to be just enough. And then the universe can get going and cranking it up with amazing synchronicities and stuff that make you just laugh, because it is ridiculous, or cry even sometimes, in how it can help you. And that's what I've been doing for the last few years, is month by month setting my intentions and really, trying to stick with it. Trying, is a yang word, but really being committed to go, yes, I will do this. And yes, each month I'm going to start again. And it's a great way to be abundant, to go, look, I've got another chance. Here I go again. And it's exciting to see what comes and to really look at the end of the month. And that's why I'm encouraging now, write down anything that comes to mind about it, anything that's happening right now, because it's really cool to look back after the 30 days, roughly 28, which is a good time to, kind of not, remember everything, and you look back, you're like, wow, look at that, tick, tick, tick. So the big thing is that we're not asking for details. That's a goal type of thing. We're expecting the feeling state to come to us, because if we expect a feeling state to come to us, it's going to pull in so many more details than setting one goal around a detail. So we're not going to be picky, and that's how we work with energetics and the law of attraction. We don't pick on details. We just go, hey, you know what? I want to feel energy, and I don't really care how that comes to me. I'll be happy if I'm energetic, and then you can see what things come to you in the right ways. Or I want to feel joy, and then you go, look, I'm not going to say I just want this, because that, other people set an intention. I just have an intention for this. But if we have a feeling state, then it can just bring in lots of different things. And that is a huge trust for us moving forward to go, oh, I'm not going to ask for what I want, or I'm not going to go after something specific. I'm just going to go after the feeling state, and I'm going to trust and see what surprises I get coming towards me. And it's not to say that you wouldn't set other intentions, but this is the fun thing about doing it this way, is that you can start to see what shows up anyway, and even in better ways. So if you would like to put anything in the chat box, feel free, please. Anything, if you've got any questions or any wonderings at all. And I do encourage you then, for the rest of the month, is just to not forget it. If you tuck it totally away, then it doesn't quite work either. You do want to just, I kind of do a little couple of drawings on a Post-it and just have it on my desk. So it just reminds me, and each day I just like, oh yeah, there it is. Even go back into that feeling state again. Yep, got it. That's just enough to show the universe I am still committed to this. I haven't just forgotten about it. You don't want to tuck it away in a cupboard. But here we go. So Bryony, is it too much to try for more than one feeling state? Good question. You totally can. If you've got the ability to feel into both of those. And this is the interesting thing before you go to bed tonight, which is awesome to do before you go to sleep, because then that invites it all into your subconscious right as you're drifting off into your dreams, and then your guides work with it all night as well, is to lie there and practice. Can I feel into this? It sounds easy, but actually picture yourself there and how it feels, and do it in, lots of different scenarios like I just said. If you can do that fairly well, there is no reason why you couldn't go for 2. But then over the next couple of days, just make sure you're giving both the attention, and then the same thing. So with our unconscious minds, which is, working with this, this is our physical part, it's not really, but it likes images and feelings. So it will respond to them better than words. So if you can put anything down as a drawing that you can just look at and go, oh, yeah, and it's an anchor to bring you back straight away into that. Or, put your hands on your orb, or, feel around into your treasure chest, hand on the book, that type of thing, so you can go straight back into it a bit quicker. It's the feeling that you want, and that's the practice for us, is to start getting that whole, wow, I can change my energy. And really, when crap's happening, and the eclipse can bring, change and a bit of a bouncy ride coming up for July and August, if you can, even when there's crap, I'm going back into, whatever it is, energy or space or love, and really, pretend. It's like the ultimate game of pretend, or being an actor is putting that cloak on. Then you've got it. So I would probably say 1, but for me at first, I didn't trust it enough, and I did have to put down, I want this, and I'm going to go for this as well. But I'm seeing more and more to simplify. And then when you're 100% behind something, it goes forth in exponentially. But yeah, go for it. It's all an experiment, and we are all learning. It's taken me a few years to really experiment and go through and realize when I get off track and all of that stuff. And so for each of you, of course, it's your own journey with it as well. So yeah, great question. It will be interesting to see. And I am really up for anyone's feedback. If you enjoyed this, even by the end of this lunar month, and you can let me know if you want to do it again, if you feel like you want to have some more guidance as well. I am always here doing my new moon intention settings. So I just felt like I really want to share this, because I've realized how much mums, I have got in my astrology chart a really good Neptune for imagining and dreaming and going wild in my imagination, almost to the point where I feel like it's all real. So for me, it's probably a bit easier than other people, I've realized. But it's something that once we practice, and we need to be empowered, because then it leads on. And as you will see, Bryony and Belinda, about You're in the Sanctuary, is that once, crap's hitting the fan with our children or the principal or, our partner, when you can shift your energy into, oh, wow, I'm in a more empowered state, things will go forth like there's no tomorrow. So this is basically the ultimate first go at giving it a real shot and feeling, yeah, I've got this the whole way along. So you actually just go, yeah, it's there. And then taking notice, and come into the Awakened Parenting group, and please, type, hashtag new moon or something, and just let us know what's coming into your life as it goes. It probably should be coming, towards the full moon. So obviously give it a chance. But yeah, I'd love to hear your feedback. Thanks, Belinda. That's great. You're loving the advice. Yeah, otherwise, I will let you all get on with your evening. Oh, Kate's got something. This is also, I'm definitely up for this every month. It just made me realize how important it is. I believed in it, but love it when there's quantum physics proof. Exactly. And so that's the cool thing, is that once you realize, oh, okay, yeah, I need to put in an order, and you start to realize I can put in orders at any time of the day, especially to our spirit guides who want to help us. You start to realize, like what, I could ask for help about this, or hey, give me energy for that. Hey, I really need some support right now. I wonder where the best car park will be. Where's the freshest grapes that I can find right now? Anything. At first I was like, what? My mind didn't even know where to start. And the more I've just gotten into it, the more I started to go, oh, this is fun, this is cool, I've got support. And that's how I go forth in my day now, is just constantly putting out orders. I need this, I need this. Putting in an order. Bryony, yeah, to remind you throughout the day. Exactly. And so that's the main thing. And then it is trusting that it's coming too. So we're not over putting in the same order. Like literally, once you've put it out there, because of this, where there's no time in quantum science, it's happened, then the only thing for us to do then is trust. And that is where we can fall apart. And the more I've gotten into really following this, and Ezzy Spencer has a book, Lunar Abundance, out now, which I've been reading through. And yeah, it's where you have to rest and not take action. That is where the cracks come, because you have to trust and rely on things are okay, even though I really feel like I need to be doing this. And it's a forced break for us to go, okay, if we can, okay, the moon says I need to stop now. And that's when you start to realize, oh yeah, it does come and go, particularly like when we've got our periods. Okay, I don't feel like doing that as much. And with the energies, you start to notice it more and more. And that's where we're going forth to, is to get back to nature and to start to work with the energy around us and the energetic climate. And that's why, right now is so great to say, yes, I'm empowered. I want this in my life, and I'm going to put it out there and see what comes. Really, really cool stuff. So if you want to, I'm not sure, I'm just going to put the link here as well. I'm not sure when I'm going to run the next sanctuary, because that's where we go through all of this in a whole lot more detail, and particularly around our ego self that wants to sabotage this whole thing in so many different ways. And, this comes down to even interacting with our children, our partners, and everyone else in our life as well. That's where you get the big detailed rundown of that as well. But yeah, at the website, you can put down your name if you want to be notified when the next round is coming up. It might not be for a couple of months yet, but we'll see how we go. So otherwise, I'll go for one more minute, and if anyone wants to put anything else out there or let us know. Otherwise, I'm, really, really honoured to hold this space for everyone tonight. Thanks, Bryony. And yeah, let us know in the Facebook group how you go with it. I'll be really interested to hear. Otherwise, I will probably finish.